A war that changed the map of the world forever. A volcano that swallowed millions of lives and left scars on billions of hearts. Let's take a journey to that terrifying era when the world was engulfed in the First World War. The First World War. A conflict that altered the fate of the world. Over 37 million people lost their lives, and countless others were forever affected by the horrors of war. This tragic story began on June 28, 1914, when Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary was assassinated in Sarajevo, Serbia. It was a spark that ignited a devastating war. Kaiser Wilhelm II, the German emperor, played a significant role in the outbreak of the war with his aggressive foreign policy and desire for global dominance. When the war began, soldiers were thrown into trenches, facing unimaginable hardships. Germany declared war on France on August 3, 1914. The introduction of tanks was a turning point in the war. The British Army first used tanks on September 15, 1916, during the Battle of Flers-Courcelette. A Flers dash Courcelette at sea. German U-boats targeted Allied ships and supply lines. The sinking of the passenger ship Lusitania on May 7, 1915, was a significant turning point in the war. The air had also become a battleground. The famous German pilot Red Baron Manfred von Richthofen fought duels in the skies. Machine guns changed the battlefield, capable of raining bullets on enemies. The Battle of Verdun, February 21, 1916, December 18, 1916, was one of the longest and bloodiest battles, with heavy casualties on both sides. The war ended with the armistice on November 11, 1918, and later the Treaty of Versailles was signed on June 28, 1919, imposing harsh terms on Germany. The groundwork for the rise of Nazism. European cities and towns lay in ruins. After the war, soldiers, quote, families anxiously awaited news, often in vain. Food shortages were common, and soldiers faced extreme hardships. Soldiers wrote letters to their families, describing their emotions and experiences. These letters still offer a glimpse into that era. The aftermath of battles was heart-wrenching. Bodies, destroyed weapons, and devastation everywhere. The prolonged war took a toll on soldiers' physical and mental health. Both sides engaged in heavy artillery bombardments, as seen in the Battle of the Somme, July 1, 1916, November 18, 1916. The British Navy blockaded Germany and maintained control. The groundwork for the rise of Nazism. European cities and towns lay in ruins. After the war, soldiers, quote, families anxiously awaited news, often in vain. Food shortages were common, and soldiers faced extreme hardships. Soldiers wrote letters to their families, describing their emotions and experiences. These letters still offer a glimpse into that era. The aftermath of battles was heart-wrenching. Bodies, destroyed weapons, and devastation everywhere. The prolonged war took a toll on soldiers' physical and mental health. Both sides engaged in heavy artillery bombardments, as seen in the Battle of the Somme, July 1, 1916, November 18, 1916. The British Navy blockaded Germany and maintained control of the seas. The Battle of Jutland, May 31, 1916, was a significant naval battle. Trench life was brutal water, mud, and extreme cold took a devastating toll on soldiers' health. Diseases like trench foot were common. Civilians supported the war effort by buying war bonds. That both sides used propaganda to influence public opinion. Posters, newspapers, and radio were utilized. Soldiers kept daily diaries, recording their fears, hopes, and dreams, which still narrate the harrowing tale of those days. New weapons, like tanks and poison gas, made the battlefield even more horrific. Soldiers who showed bravery and courage were awarded medals, symbolizing their sacrifices. Life in the trenches was harsh and bloom between the crosses, row on row, the larks still bravely singing, flies scarce heard amid the guns below. Merciless every moment, a test of survival. War correspondents brought news and images from the front lines to the world, bridging the gap between civilians and the battlefield. Families at home